right, everybody. Welcome back to the OffBeat Sports Podcast. Today we're joined by James Harden, undrafted running back, wide receiver, and special teamer. And his talents have generated him a following on social media, along with the Bleacher Report, shout out, and various other social media influencers giving him a lot of attention. And we're really excited to have him on. He's been standing outside of NFL stadiums and holding up signs with his name on them and like projecting his stats all over social media, just trying to get a chance for the NFL. So we're really happy to share his story. Thanks so much for coming on, man. We're really excited to talk to you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
So what's it like down right now? You're in Dallas, right?
Yeah.
What's it like down there right now?
It's cool, man. For some reason, the weather was warm today. That's scary. It was cold yesterday, and now it's all warm. So it's like a shocker, really. Great workout today, though.
So everybody's kind of seeing you on social media, and they kind of just know like the idea of what you've been doing with the signs and the stadiums in Texas and everything like that with the NFL. And then you came out to Gillette, and you were standing outside Gillette. So what about your early football career? Like, what did that look like? How was that before everyone knows about?
I think like middle school, I played 7th grade, 8th grade. I was a DB. High school, I was a DB all year. My junior year, I took my meniscus in my knee at the beginning of my season. So I was out for the rest of the season. So no scholarship. Senior year, before my first game, man, I think my band card hobbies, the name, and my shoulder. I was out for 9 months. So no film. So everything just crashed. And I tried to go to college. I was a red shirt at TJC. I was in a red shirt program, but it just couldn't work. The coaches and everything, that I couldn't afford the rest of it. So I was just like, went back to Dallas, and I calmed down, and I started working. And after that, I just couldn't keep working because I had to play football. Like I had to do that. I was still young, like I'm still young now, but I was like, man, like I got to be seen somewhere. Start playing semi-pro in an arena.
I saw like the picture that I took when I was putting together the edit earlier. Yeah. I saw the picture of you in the jersey, and you know what I mean? And I was like, oh, that's cool. And I was looking into the team. It's pretty cool. And then you have the post where about where they actually have like a plaque. I think it's like a plaque or something like that. And it's like there's your name on it. And it's like a bunch of your stats and stuff like that. And like the way, and like it was talking about like the way you played and a bunch of stuff. I thought that was really cool. So yeah. So that was was that the Arena Football League that you played for?
That one of them. The other one folded. That was one of them. The last one, most recent one, in Iowa.
Mm-hmm. Iowa?
All right. Yeah.
Cedar Rapids.
That's pretty cool.
All right. So, yeah. So you went viral from that Bleacher Report post. So what was it like to see your dedication get recognized on such a large platform?
It really caught me off guard. I was at work. And I was delivering furniture, and my phone just kept like I got a annoying ringtone. It's like a truck horn, and I'm like, who is this calling? I'm like, hello, and then I hang up. I'm like, okay, somebody just playing on my phone, and I was logged out of all my social media, so I don't know what's going on. And then I just threw my phone in the truck, and I said, I'll just come back to it later. And I came back to my phone. I had over 100 something calls and text messages. And I was like, bro, where are these people coming from? I know Bleacher Report Gridiron had shared me, but my little brother called too. He was like, James, go. He said, go look at your Instagram. Go look at your Instagram. Oh, what you talking about? I said, bro, I'm at work right now. He's like, go look at your Instagram right now. I said, what's going on? He's like, bro, just go look. And he hung up on me. I was like, I logged in. I said, oh. I was like, oh, that's me. And man, everything just took off.
That's crazy. So you like literally had no idea that was going to happen.
Yeah, I didn't.
Have you received any calls from NFL teams from that? Have you received or anything from anybody interested in your game?
The hardest thing about that, a lot of people was playing, so I couldn't tell if it was serious or if it was a joke.
Yeah.
So I was just like a lot of guys. Oh, I'm Adam Gase. I'm like, I call the number back. All of a sudden, it don't work anymore. So it was kind of annoying. I'm like,
yeah.
So I didn't know what was real and what was.
Yeah, I mean,
I got an offer from FCF and control football league, professional football
Actually,
league.
yeah, no, I saw my one of my friends' old teammates just got signed to that league too. He's gonna be playing. He's playing receiver in that league.
Yeah,
I
they
saw
just
that.
signed.
So, on top of the Bleacher Report thing, we were talking before we started the interview. You got shared by 21 Savage, and you've been liked by like Drake and a bunch of these other artists and creators on social media. And like, how's that been? Like, it's one thing to be like shared by like Bleacher Report, but that's like saying where a lot of people follow that and they're very common to like shout out like a really good story or something like that. But to see some artists and like really high up people on like in pop culture and stuff like that recognize you, I'm assuming that feels a little bit different. It's definitely, it might be like maybe more vindicating just to see something like that.
Yeah, I actually respect that though, because I've been doing this for 6 years, like training hard all over social media, getting ignored, laughed at, like just pushed away, and just they're not taking it serious. But when I seen them share my stuff, like I was like, wow, man. Like I said 6 years ago, one day this world gonna see my talent, and it's crazy. 6 years later, like I get shared and recognized, and like it's only the beginning now. So it's true blessing, to be honest.
Yeah. And then you were training and you were working out with Dez Bryant, which is awesome. I'm sure that was a really cool experience. Like, what was that like? Because I mean, it's his story right now of him coming back after the injuries and everything like that. He got his first touchdown in 3 years last night, and it was really emotional. I was listening to it today. Like, that's really cool. But getting to train with a guy like that, like, how was that for you?
It was like, because I train with NFL guys a lot, but it's like his was different because it's like we was in the same spot, like his course, his journey different than mine, but it was like he's really in the same spot. When I first met him, he introduced himself. I met him through a friend named Craig LeBlanc. Like he was like, "Just come work out with me and Dez Bryant." I'm like, "Me?"
I'm like, yeah, because I mean, you're trying to get there and he's trying to get back, right? So, so it's like you're both working towards a goal of getting back to somewhere that you could be, which I definitely see where that's like, I think it's really cool that you got the chance to work out with him and that you've been like training with these guys, because it's obvious like you're putting in the work and you're getting recognized. So it's like definitely a cool thing that you're able to get recognized by all these players and all this stuff.
Yeah, his ridiculous. His energy is like his passion. Like, cause I'm very passionate and he very passionate. He would just give me tips and stuff, but just knowing, like, honestly, on the video, I didn't know I was on the video because we were just working out, like like we always do. But that day, like, I rode my bike up there to work out with them, and like when I seen him being recorded, I'm thinking they just recording like like Instagram story, like working out, But when I seen like the camera, the cameraman, like I was like, okay, like I was speaking to the camera, I'm just hey, like not really taking it, thinking it's anything serious. And it was my turn to run the route. And like when I ran the route, like I seen everybody like, yeah, good route. I'm like, okay, appreciate you. Then the video just came out of nowhere. Dez run with. I said, dang, that's me. I said, they were recording like that. I said, dang. And then he texted me. He was like, keep grinding. I was like, wow, bro. I said, that's crazy. Like, like, man, just from where I came, the way I came up in this football sports, and just seeing like me being with him, I said, that's crazy, man. I came from watching him on TV to actually being elbow to elbow with him. Like,
yeah. I also read you were endorsed by Terrell Owens. What is your relationship with him like?
No, honestly, I never met Terrell Owens, man. It caught me off guard. Him too. Like, that's how my blessings been. Like, I was just posting on social media.
Yeah.
I never tagged him, and I just seen him like coming under my stuff. I forgot exact words he said. And he shared my stuff. And he coming again another post. I was like, dang. Like, it's crazy because he had to really come to my page. I didn't tag him. So he had to really come to my page and actually look at my routes. And just him taking the time out of doing that, knowing he has people inboxing him and commenting and tagging him everywhere. I don't respect the time that he gave to look at my page.
Is that so? Obviously, you're most likely a fan of the NFL if you want to be a part of it. That's how a lot of guys are. Is there a city or team that you ideally? Obviously, you're just looking for a chance, and I'm not trying to sway any public opinion or anything like that. But if you had a choice to where you wanted to go and where you could play, where would you go?
I got 3 choices. because the system-wise, I'd say like the Chiefs, Packers, or who would the third team be? Like the Patriots, or
I like that one.
Don't give me that hope. Don't do that. Don't give me that hope. We just lost again. Don't give me that hope.
Do you want to take over a quarterback?
Do you want to take that back? Do you want to take that back ahead of time, or do you want
to? Never know. I can. Jack of all trades.
Yeah, take over our quarterback. We could use that.
When you say so, when you said you looked at that more as you answered that differently than I thought you were gonna. I figured you would just pick a team that you like, but you said it's based off of the system and where you think you'd fit. Is there a reason why you said those two teams and then the Patriots? Like obviously, all three of those teams have good coaches and they have good systems and they, they're well known in the league for being the better teams. But is there something about those systems that you feel like you fit in with?
Yeah, because if you look at it, a lot of dudes in the NFL, they are good as that talent wise, but a lot of guys, like they be in different systems, they don't really get to show their abilities, Like if a guy's not a route runner, why would you put him on a team that he needs to be a route runner? Because now you got him uncomfortable. That's like making Mayweather in the heavyweight, put him in the heavyweight. Like that's not his game. Like you put everybody outside of the element, So that's I'd rather be in the system that I can show my speed, my quickness, my explosion, like the separation, instead of being in a system where I'm just run a post. Run it out.
Yeah. So when you're growing up, did you grow up a fan of a particular team?
No, I was a particular player because I was a DB, Bob Sanders. I used to hit hard, and I was small, so I used to love it. Like, okay, I used to be running at just hitting people, hitting them hard. I was known for hitting hard and chasing people down. I was fast. So I was like Sanders.
So I know you have like a multi-positional thing where you're very talented. You have a lot of you're athletic and you can do a lot of these different things. If there was a guy you could compare your game to, who would you compare it to?
Defense, I'd say I'm like a Tyrann Mathieu / Kenny Moore. Offense, I say I'm like a Tyreek / because I'm explosive and twitchy like him / Tavon Austin / Jakeem Grant / I can get like Edelman because I can run routes. It's like a mixture. I'm a mixture between everything. Like I'm not just a deep threat. Like I can get open in the small areas too.
Yeah. So I'm assuming your number one position is either receiver or corner. You see a lot of guys either in college or before then transfer from one to the other. It's pretty. Right. It's a common thing to transfer from corner to wide receiver or wide receiver to corner. Which one would you say that you're better at? Would you say that you have like a lean one way?
I knew this was coming. Man, at this point, man, dang. I had to say receiver now.
Do you work more at receiver? I'm assuming you do. Or do you work more?
I can't really say. I'm a trainer. I train DBs as well. My little brother's a DB. I post on my page, Jerry Unpat, and he's a DB. And I have clients that are DBs. And I got clients that are receivers. So it's like my foot is still in each door. But like when I do one-on-one reps, I do more like receiver. But it's kind of hard. I train every position, receiving DB mostly. Consistent on a daily basis.
And you've played running back, and you've played receiver, and you've played DB. Because when I was reading that post about you with the plaque about your position when you were playing on one of the teams, it said you were running back. So you've been all over the map as far as offense goes.
Coaching, that's system-wise, like the Chiefs.
Yeah. So if it wasn't football, what sport would you be playing?
Track.
Swimming,
and tennis. I'm very competitive.
Very
competitive.
So yeah, we both did track in high school. Yeah, we were both track guys.
We both did track.
Yeah, we weren't that good, but we did track.
I threw a stick and Cross tried to jump over a bar, and I don't think he was very successful.
I was decent.
Man, track is. Whoa, I hate track. It gets you faster, but I hate track, man. It's like it's a different running style.
Yeah.
So I do have a couple questions just off the top of my head. Sharing the name James Harden, and obviously, you know, I feel like all three of us know who that, you know, like in the NBA, James Harden. Is that kind of like a joke, like for you? Like, I know it's like it's your name, but like, is it funny sometimes, like, you know, because it's like you guys are completely opposite sides of the spectrum as far as like, you know, what you play, like how you act, like I don't know. I just like it's just I find it funny because it just you guys are totally opposite sides of the spectrum as to where you are. So is it kind of like funny for you to like share that name and like because everyone just thinks basketball, but you're trying to bring that name into like football. So it's like
It's really I really like it though because it makes me get more notice, you know.
Because they're like, oh, so James Harden, football,
like James Harden, they're like, well, he plays football, and then people like, next I look, cause they know James Harden is talented at basketball. So I hear James Harden, and I say football, they want to like, oh, he must be talented. Then he carrying that name like that. But I didn't. Like, I'm not a hooper, but when I first found out there was a basketball player name, I was in college.
Yeah,
and I was my red shirt class, and they were calling us up, get our jerseys, like our little program and stuff, and they were like James Harden, and everybody started laughing, and I know who that was at the time. I said, "What's funny?" I said, "What y'all laughing at?" Your name James Harden. I'm like, okay, and what? What you mean? They're like, he a basketball player, and I was like, yeah, what? And I looked it up. I said, dang, that's crazy, man. I said, I never knew that.
Have you ever thought of growing out the beard and embracing the whole?
I tried to like quarantine time when it was heavy.
You need to go. You're not that far. You need to like go to Houston and like make your case. So like if they trade him, like you could just like walk in and be like, hey, like I'm still here, and like
I'm the new James Harden.
Yeah, exactly.
My ID. Show them my ID.
Yeah, exactly.
I should have did when I went out there to Houston. I should have did it there. See if they would say it.
Yeah. You got to go to a Texans and you got to be like, and you got to have a fake beard on and be like, it's me. Like, I'm still here. And then, like, see what happens.
And they can't say nothing, though, because that's my name, though.
All right. Well, that just about wraps up tonight's episode. Thank you, James Harden, for taking the time to do this interview with us. Good luck with the rest of your journey. We're glad to have a chance to share your story. So thank you.
Thanks, man. Appreciate talking to you. It was working fun.
All right.
I'm not sure. I think he said he got an agent. His agent's how to do it.
I mean, I love coaching. I did. I signed up for a.
He went to TJC, it's a junior college, and then he went freaking trying to get back. He's real crisp with it.
What's up, Vic?